I'm Simonsen. I'm a national board certified health and wellness coach. I teach culinary classes to help people who are either aiming for a plant-based diet or are whole food plant-based as I am, to make delicious food. That's my goal. I have been plant-based for years. I love finding vegan chefs who put their work out there in cookbooks, and I found one I'm crazy about, and that is Javant Benton's Make Your Own. It's terrific. He is a wonderful cook, a wonderful chef, and this all began when I got the book, started going through it to find what I wanted to do, and then found his what he calls HV or HV veggie ground, which is healthy vegan veggie ground, and it looks like that. And I made a pan of it. As a matter of fact, I said in another video, and I'll tell you why I did another video mentioning this, that I bought this pan in honor of him, this 12-ounce or 12-inch well-seasoned cast iron pan, to make this mixture. It makes about 10 cups, and it's a marvelous mixture that throughout his book he has recipes that use it, one of which is this. The book is well worth getting, by the way, and one of which is this, his Better Bacon Cheeseburger, and that's what we're going to do tonight. I am not going to make the cheese sauce that he has, because I have some, even though I prefer whole food that is not processed, Violife, I think it's Violife, does a really nice plant-based cheese, and yes, Violife. And I got a smoky provolone that I'm going to use, and I think that'll be good with this. But what's the better bacon part? Look at this. These are mushrooms that are thin sliced and made into bacon substitutes. As a matter of fact, in my oven right now, because I just did a video, I don't know if you can see, I don't think so, but I will put a link to that video where I made the mushrooms, the baking in a sauce that will give them and their baking to dry out, to give them well, like a bacon flavor, without having to use anything but plant-based foods. So I'm making his burger out of the grounds that I showed you. And what I do is this made almost 10 cups. I have these super cube molds out of silicone. I filled each one of these, this is a 1 cup quantity, froze them, and I did 2 sets of them. And so that I had 1 cup parcels of the ground to use. For example, his meatloaf uses 3 cups. These burgers use 2 cups. He'll recommend a cup to be put over, well, for example, like a baked potato with a cheese sauce and steamed broccoli and some crumbles, the grounds. I think that's just my own idea. I don't know that he has that, but that's what makes this so handy. Back to the burgers. So this is my ground. I took out 2 of those packages. This is 2 cups. And in the 2 cups, I'm putting psyllium. I believe I used psyllium husks. Yes, psyllium husks. And you know what? Yes. Okay. And no, that wasn't the psyllium husk. That was the chickpea flour. That worried me. Another recipe that I did earlier today was psyllium powder. It had to be powder for that recipe. This had to be husks for this recipe. This is the husks. They're well, they are not a fine powder. So psyllium husk. I have some arrowroot And all of this binds this mixture to create a beautifully textured burger. And the seasonings are what give it the appeal. Plus, this ground mixture also has walnuts in it, so it has the texture of walnuts. It has mushrooms, just marvelous. And I'm adding to it sage, thyme, and onion. Or is it garlic? Garlic, onion. I just poured it out, yes. And a little bit of salt to taste. That I didn't do. And I'm going to add about a half a teaspoon of salt. Okay. Then I'm making 4 patties. I can either bake the patties per his recipe, or I can put them on the on my pan, well-seasoned pan, and I'm going to do that. And we're going to have it with buns. He has buns in here that are millet buns, and that's what these are on. They're very similar in the recipe, the ingredients, to a recipe that I was following earlier today, and that is from Ella Vegan, and that was for chickpea buns. And so I made these earlier today. I'm not sure that I got that right because they didn't raise the way hers did, so I'm not going to do anything more with that in terms of pulling it forward, promoting it until I get it right. Okay, now I'm going to do 4 burgers, and it gets a little tricky when we're trying to get everything the same size. Oh, this wants me to turn it over. Turn the timer off, and I'll do that. Well, you know what? Let me pull this out because I don't want it to get too crispy on the one side.
Your 10-minute timer on TV room dot is ringing.
Turn it off, Alexa.
Your 10-minute timer on TV.
Look. Doesn't that look great? Whoops. Doesn't that look great? And no, they're not ready yet. So I'll turn them over and then I'll put them back in. But let me get this done. Okay. What I'm thinking I'm going to do, because I know that was 2 cups plus seasonings, I think I'm going to do, just try this at 3/4 cup each. Will that work? I think so. Okay. And I'm making the burgers about a 1/2 inch thick. I may try this a little bit. No, actually it looks like that's going to be perfect. This one is a little more than 3/4, but not a full cup. And his directive is to get 4 out of this, so I think we'll be fine. And I'm pressing well to keep them together. My guess is they would be well served sitting a while. And I have a bit of time before I need to cook this for dinner. And I'm going to do that. I'm going to put them, I have a recipe of Rip Esselstyn's for his burgers. They have burgers that you buy in a package and add water to it. And he says in his burgers, just form them up and put them in the freezer. Just lay them, put them on a tray, put them in the freezer, and let them sit even 10 minutes, get nice and cold. And he said you'll get a more stable burger. I think that's what he calls it. And I'm going to do that because I worry that these need some time for all of these binders that we have in here to work. Okay. Yeah, that pretty well worked. a little more than 3/4 of a cup. And I think I'm gonna go back and to that first one. It's looking kind of puny. Oh, you know what? Sorry. There we go. Okay. This is going to be wonderful. Oh, I can't wait. We're going to have the bacon mushrooms and tomato and all the things that I like in a burger. Okay. And yes, I'm gonna break this one up again and do this the same way. And I can see that that was much less than 3/4, so this will be, okay, now we know. I'll even make a note on the cookbook to go for about 3/4 of a cup. Okay, I'm going to put it aside before I put it in my pan. I could bake it. He also recommends at 350 you can bake it until the ends are somewhat crispy, and I believe he said that's about 20 or 30 minutes. But since I bought that pan and I want the high heat, medium high heat, to give it some real good crisp, I think I'll leave it at that. Okay, shape, 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 and rinse off. There. Put it in the freezer, give it a minute, 10 minutes to sit. Don't they look yummy? It looks like ground beef without the, well, I don't have to go further into what else the implication of that is. So, yay, plant-based. And I'll be back to you after I cook them and show you what we've gotten from this combination of beautiful ingredients. Be back. Well, I'm in the middle of eating and I forgot to come back on and show you that this is the burger. The burger itself is delicious. I have the bacon. I'm a mess. Anyway, it's absolutely delicious. So give it a try. Have a great day, because I know I'm going to. Bye-bye.